Hi guys, and welcome to International Full Stroke Timeline Hangout number 100. I didn't expect to be doing another one this year, never mind this month. But I would say I've been overtaken by circumstances, but it's something extraordinary happened or didn't happen, which it's hot water bowl. As you can probably tell, it's a bit cold here. It's going to get a lot colder over the next couple of months. We're not even at solstice yet, not even December yet. So I wasn't going to do another one. I'll explain why at some point, maybe in the future. But Act Nation, the most amazing black dude on the internet. I'll put a link below to his YouTube channel. He used a phrase in a recent hangout, one in which I didn't participate, the return of Me Too, or the return of hashtag Me Too. And that's where we are. So this is about the return of hashtag Me Too. What can I say? This is really the fault of Gloria Allred, that hideous, odious woman who framed Bill Cosby as a serial rapist. I'll put a link below to my full-length documentary about Cosby, the prior bad acts of Gloria Allred. Now, I'm reading here from that font of all knowledge Wikipedia. The Adult Survivors Act, New York state legislation enacted in May 2022, which amends state law to allow alleged victims of sexual offences for which the statute of limitations elapsed to file civil suits for a 1 year period from November 24th to November 24th last year to this year. Background enactment: before 2019, a 3 year statute of limitations applied to civil suits for sexual misconduct in New York. Now, this is all the result of Allred's persecution of Bill Cosby. I have here the New York Times. The final wave of sex abuse lawsuits as 1 year window closes in New York. Since the Adult Survivors Act was passed, more than 3,000 civil suits have been filed, some aimed at politicians and other institutions, including hospitals and jails. This is an article, November 27th, by Harubi Miko. In the years since a one-time window opened in New York State, allowing people meaning women, to file sex abuse lawsuits even after the statute of limitations had expired, more than 3,000 civil suits have been filed. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. And it's, what can I say? The mission of the Adult Survivors Act, allowing survivors of sexual abuse the opportunity to speak their truth in court and seek redress, has been realised, said Linda Rosenthal, a state assemblywoman. Yeah, their truth. In 2019, New York expanded the statute of limitations to 20 years for both civil and criminal cases involving some categories of sex crimes like rape. I mean, this is sold as allowing survivors to, if I can remember that garbage, survivors to allowing justice and healing for survivors of sexual abuse, working to remove the statute of limitations. Forget the website, it's absolute garbage, of course. One law firm, Slater Schulman LLP, said it had filed 1,218 cases against New York State, 479 cases against New York City, and 74 cases against counties across the state for decades-long allegations of just absolute allegations of sexual abuse at the hands of corrections officers. I mean, it's absolute ridiculous. Now, the first case ACK mentioned, it might be that. No, it wasn't the only one. The first case he mentioned was somebody named P. Diddy, a rapper known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, Mr. Coombs, Sean Coombs, is accused by Cassie, his long-time girlfriend apparently. Sean Combs, the producer and music mogul, has been one of the most famous names in hip-hop meaning rap being 3/4 of a word, including federal court on Thursday by Cassie, an R&B singer on the side of his label, accused Mr. Combs of rape and repeated physical abuse over about a decade. Yeah, she hated it so much she kept going back for more. Anyway, this has been settled. PDQ. I don't know why, but money, I suppose. His net worth has been estimated at $1 billion. Wow. It's not bad for producing producing that sort of noise. Yeah, this was dated November 16th. It's been settled now. I mean, ludicrous. I should add that other women have come forward, I love that phrase, come forward to accuse this P. Diddy character of rape. So it may have been settled suit to stave off any further allegations. It's easier to defend against one than it is against several, especially when you know the, well, I mean, he was in a relationship with this woman. The others, I don't know, but it's just pathetic women. The actor Cuba Gooding Jr. is in more trouble. Sued for sexual assault again. This is The Cut. I'm not sure the date of this. It's very recent. It doesn't be a printed date on it. 1:15 p.m. Cuba Gooding Jr. is once again being accused of sexual abuse 5 months after the actor struck a last-minute settlement and narrowly avoided a trial on rape allegations. Two women have filed civil suits allegedly he sexually assaulted and battered them in separate incidents in 2018 and 2019. Both previously brought criminal charges against Gooding. Jasmine Abbey, Abbay, alleges that in 2018, when she was working as a cocktail waitress at a club in Manhattan, Gooding forced his tongue in her mouth. Last year, Gooding pleaded guilty to a criminal forcible touching charge for the incident, allowing him to avoid jail time. This is pathetic, really. According to USA, court documents filed on Wednesday include part of a transcript from the 2022 proceedings, during which Gooding admittedly kissed the waitress on her lips without her consent. And of course, if she kissed him on his lips without consent, what would that have been? Gooding's plea deal stipulated if he stayed out of trouble and attended alcohol and behaviour counselling for 6 months, he could withdraw the original guilty plea and instead plead guilty to harassment in the second degree, a non-criminal violation. The second woman, Kelsey Harbert, alleges that while at a bar in New York in June 2019, she approached Gooding, his girlfriend. In fact, I've seen this one. There's a CCTV of this, and it's really pathetic, you know. Just pathetic. There's a strange case in the news at the moment, not exactly Me Too, but certainly historical in nature. Not to be confused with the Fox News correspondent of the same name. Lawrence Jones is, or was, a high-flying businessman. I believe I've heard the name. It sounds vaguely familiar. I certainly heard of his company, the company he started. Anyway, he's been convicted of raping 2 women. And, he was already... he was convicted a while back, and then he's charged again with 2 historical offences. I don't know, just everything about these cases. They claim to have been overcome by drugs to get the impression that he gave them chloroform to sniff or something, but I don't know, just absolutely, I really don't know these things. I don't think he's had very good representation anyway. I'm not sure to what extent expert evidence would be allowed, but certainly I think he's been let down. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but he said that on the latest 2 accusers, he said he had consensual sex with one of them more than once, and he denied ever meeting the other woman. So I don't know about that. It's just really weird. But the police go along with these things, and you see what they've been doing in recent times. The police charging people with all sorts of arresting them for and charging them with sorts of fanciful offences. You got this non-crime hate incident reporting, and people who commit real crimes get a pass, you know. So all this civil disturbance of late, it's almost as though they do have an agenda, don't they? Anyway, let's look at a few more. This is from the New York Post, November 27th. Former NFL star Marcellus Wiley calls BS on allegations he raped a Columbia student in 1994. When many of the people reading this won't have been born. Former NFL defensive end and ex-Fox Sports commentator Marcellus Wiley, sorry, not Marcus, Marcellus Wiley, denied Wednesday he raped a fellow Columbia. I mean, just pathetic. In a lengthy video posted to his YouTube channel, Wiley picked apart his accuser's allegation and asserted, "We did not engage in intercourse." The alleged victim, a sociologist with a focus on race and culture, why am I not surprised, filed a lawsuit accusing Wiley of attacking him in the fall of 1994 when he was a sophomore and star running back at Columbia University. The then freshman girl claimed in her suit that Wiley ripped off her clothes and forced her face down onto the mattress, where he repeatedly raped her despite her pleas for him to stop, and that she was a virgin. Yeah, I bet she was. The encounter left the victim with lifetime mental struggles, including suicide ideology. The lawsuit states she claims she met other women who had similar experiences with Wiley. Well, I'm going to call BS on this. He's black, so I'm wondering if this is a case of jungle fever and regret sex. He says he never had intercourse. No, I mean, it's pathetic. And she's unnamed, of course. Here he is with his family. Classy wife, and he's got 2 daughters and a son. Seems to be an all-American kid, you know. Wiley said he plans to sue his accuser of defamation. Yeah, should it? No, I mean, just pathetic, these women, honestly. Here we have another white dude being accused. Anti-Flag's Just Insane suit of sexual assault. Anti-Flag is a what sort? What, I never listened to, I never heard their music, but it's maybe a rock group, a band. A woman is suing Anti-Flag's Just Insane for sexual assault. 4 months after the punk rock group disbanded in the wake of multiple women come forward to accuse the frontman of predatory behaviour. Multiple women. Christina Sarhaidi, a New York holistic therapist and health coach, filed the lawsuit against Sane, whose legal name was Justin Geever. I mean, the representatives of the band did not immediately reply to a request for comment. So he came forward about her experience with Geever on the Enough podcast in July, detailing a harrowing October 2010, yeah, very recently, with an unnamed activist punk singer who allegedly sexually assaulted her when she was 22. After attending a party together, Sahadi claims that Geever invited her to his motel room and the guys are listening to an unreleased song. You should listen to Camille Parlia. If you go to a man's room, that is accepting an invitation for sex. Once in the room, Geever allegedly began restraining and strangling and forcing Hardy to perform oral sex on him, according to the suit. But in September, Rolling Stone published an investigation where 12 more women accused Geever of predatory behaviour, sexual assault and statutory rape. Yeah. The other band members were criticised by some of the women, including 3 who say Geever brought them backstage on the band's tour bus as teens and young women. I mean, pathetic. So Hardy's lawsuit was filed under New York's Adult Survivors Act. Axl Rose has been accused of this is yet another one. Axl Rose accused of this is Rolling Stone, November 22nd. Axl Rose accused of 1989 sexual assault in a new lawsuit. A former model was accused of Axl Rose of sexual assault. I mean, just more than 30 years ago, of course. But the thing about these is as I've said many times before, historical allegations require no evidence, just a story and maybe a few tears. This is another Cosby accuser. This is Los Angeles Times, November 22nd. Bill Cosby is facing more legal backlash as another woman saw as the star of the Cosby Show for allegedly drugging and sexually abusing her in the 1980s. I mean, in a lawsuit filed Tuesday in New York State Supreme Court, the anonymous accuser, this should not be allowed. You know? Okay, I mean, I'm not really in favour of anonymity in criminal cases, but in a civil suit, none of that, this Jane Doe garbage should not be allowed. Their name should be leaked, you know. And it's the usual garbage that he invited her to his home. Once in the home, the woman said she blacked out after drinking wine allegedly laced with an intoxicant. The lawsuit says Cosby was accused of woke up partially dressed and vomiting into the toilet. Oh, give me strength. And would you believe Cosby is also being sued by Joan Tarshis, who claims disgraced star sexually assaulted her twice during the 70s after giving her drinks and made her pass out. I mean, I've covered this extensively. This woman's a total fantasist. She, by her own admission, she talks to aliens. I'll add here a clip of Tarshis explaining that, and you can judge for yourself how credible she is.
I remember my first series of manic episodes. I was married to X1. That's what I call my former husband. Living in Santa Monica, California, and driving X1 crazy. He was editing a newspaper, and I called him every 30 minutes or so with a new theory of evolution. He found a hospital to admit me, but after the 24-hour hold, as they called it, X1 believed me when I told him I was better and foolishly took me home. He had no idea I spent the entire night talking to God, who I believed was in a light bulb in the ceiling just over my head. One night he decided to try the neuropsychiatric clinic at UCLA. We were in the basement of the campus and told to follow the yellow line on the floor until we reached it. Campus is about a square mile, and we entered at the wrong end. At one point, we passed a huge plastic bag that contained what must have been the assortment of the day's casts, waiting for garbage pickup. Well, to my deluded mind, these were the day's casts from the Stepford Wives surgeries. And I was about to turn into a 5'11" waspy blonde. Just what every short, dark-haired Jewish girl wants. I was not frightened by this fantasy because, unlike in the book, my brilliant mind would not be changed. That delusion only lasted a few minutes until the next one began. Since I now realized I was in a hospital, I abruptly believe I was pregnant. By the time we reached the shrink zone, I had induced a hysterical pregnancy, and my stomach swelled so enormously I had to unzip my jeans. When at last I entered the consultation room, there were 5 shrinks sitting in a circle. 3 of them wore eyeglasses like I did, which to me meant they were the good aliens. The other 2 didn't wear glasses, so they were the evil aliens. Now, the good aliens could read my mind, so communication between us was unnecessary.
See what I mean? As I said before, Don Lemon interviewed her, and he asked the one intelligent question he's asked in his career, and he was pilloried for it. Why didn't you bite him? I mean, seriously. So what else have we got? Oh, we've got another one. This is getting absolutely insane. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, as if he's got enough problems on his plate. $5 million civil suit raised against New York City Mayor Eric Adams over alleged sexual assault date back to in 1993. He denies claim. Well, he would do. Who's this woman? New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been accused of sexually assaulting a female co-worker. Oh, so he probably does know her. 30 years ago, US media reported Thursday as the northern state sees a flurry of such suits. Yeah. The Democratic mayor vigorously denied the claim. His office said, arguing he does not know the plaintiff would never cause anyone physical harm. Well, I dispute the latter part. He certainly caused a lot of harm to New Yorkers without actually punching them in the face. They both worked for the city of New York. He filed a woman whose name has not been revealed. Name her! Name her! He's seeking to try at least $5 million in relief. Oh, I mean, ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. We'll have one more, I think. There's probably a few more. Probably a lot. Well, you know there's a lot. I've said that. Was it thousands? Was it? But I only report select. You can't report them all. Luan de Lesseps, ex Garth Wakeford. Luan de Lesseps, that's her name. Luan de Lesseps, ex Garth Wakeford, sued for allegedly raping New York Times reporter Sarah Maslin Neer. An ex-boyfriend of Real Housewives of New York City alum Luan de Lesseps has been sued for alleged battery and forced imprisonment. Filed a lawsuit under the Adult Survivors Act, surprise, surprise, claiming that he plied her with alcohol and raped her in the Hamptons in the summer of 2001. When she was 18 and he was 31. Oh, give me a break. Filed by attorney Robert Kaplan. That name sounds familiar. Waiting for work, there was a bouncer, according to the suit, and allegedly knew Near and her pals were underage, but allowed them to enter the venue without showing identification. I see that's his fault, was it? They instructed the bartender to serve Near. Near claimed Wakeford offered to give her a ride home to her parents' house, which was only a few minutes away after his shift. She accepted his offer because she viewed him as safe. Instead, he drove an extremely and visibly intoxicated Near to a nearby beach at the end of Springs Fireplace Road in East Hampton, and he raped her. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Near said she opened up to therapists, friends and family over the years about the reported incident. She claims she tried to report with the East Hampton Police Department in 2017. But after the responding officer allegedly said he knew Wakeford personally, she chose not to finalise it because she was terrified she would not be treated fairly. I mean, no. Yeah, we really do need statutes and limitations. I've said before, I mean, we need them in Britain and they need to be narrowed in the United States. At Gloria Allred, I mean, she's done so much damage. Again, as I said before, I'm not opposed to heavy sentences for rape, but for real rape, not this garbage. Anyway, that is Full Slope Time on Hangout number 100. I don't know if or when number 101 will be out, but it almost definitely will not be this year, and that's all I can say. I've added some more stuff to the Full Slope timeline, quite a lot recently. The most recent addition is look up the case of Priya Seth in India. It's got a page devoted to her and to two other cases. Really amazing, and a woman totally evil. Anyway, I'll put this together, and I'll see you all when I see you, unless I don't.